today's topic will be about biomolecules. Okay, so let's get started. So, what is biomolecules? Biomolecules are the molecules that construct organisms and helps to synthesize many products. Okay, so I'll give you some simple explanations or just descriptions on biomolecules that will make your life a lot easier to memorize these things. Alright, so first we'll be learning about water as a biomolecule. Okay, water as a biomolecule. Water is one of the common biomolecules and playing several roles. Water is essentially very important for us, right? For our lives, for our body. It's one of the major components which we need daily, on a daily basis. So water is one of the common biomolecules and playing several roles. Biomolecules are the molecules that construct organisms and helps to synthesize many products in living things. For example, water, carbohydrates and proteins. Alright, so this is a basic basic note about water as a biomolecule. You can use it anywhere in your exams. If it comes, what is water as a biomolecule? So let's move on to some importance of water. Alright, I'll give you total of five basic importance of water which is really needed, and you should memorize all these things. Alright, so some importance of water. Here you go with the first one. Importance of water. Water is dipolar in nature. It means that it shows both positive and negative charge slightly. Okay, both the hydrogen atom shows delta plus and oxygen atom shows delta negative sign. Sorry. Therefore water molecules are likely to react with large group of solute and act as a good solvent. So as you know, what is the molecular formula of water? It is H2O. Alright, and here H shows slightly positive charge, whereas the oxygen atom shows a negative charge on it, right? If you have chemistry, you definitely know this bond. I'm just writing it to remind you. So it is the basic form of water, H2O, and that's why it is known as a dipolar, because it shows both positive and negative charge which cancel out each other, and that's why it act as a good solvent. Alright, good solvent, and it can react with more solute, and it is and a number of solute, with a large number of solute. You can react water with any kind of solute, for example salt and sugar. It can get dissolved easily. Why? Because of its dipolar nature. Water act as a good solvent and can react with large group of solute. Okay, this is the first property of water. Now let's move on to the second property of water, and that is when many water molecules stay together, it forms very insignificant hydrogen bond interactions. Many hydrogen interaction between water molecule helps them to act as a column. This is making them a good transporter. So basically what it says is that hydrogen like in a good solvent, hydrogen forms, it interacts with other molecules, and between water it interacts hydrogen interacts between water molecules, and it helps them to act as a column and makes them a good transporter. Water is a good transporter, right? For example, in transport of water in xylem, right, it forms a column and get transported to its leaf through the roots from the roots through the stem to the leaf. Okay, so now let's go to the third number of importance of water. Okay, water has high specific heat capacity. Therefore, significant amount of heat is needed to change the temperature. These properties help organism to maintain its internal environment. It says that water can change its temperature really quickly. For example, if you let a container of water to boil in gas for a few minutes, it takes up heat really quickly and gets boiled, right? So basically it says that, and as we humans or the animals, whatever you say, we have water content way too much, right, in our body. So it helps us to maintain our internal temperature according to the environment. Okay. Now let's go to the fourth point. It is water get condensed to form ice, which is less denser than the liquid form. Therefore, ice floats on the water and the aquatic environment is not being frozen completely. It protects aquatic life from being damaged in adverse condition. It's a very interesting property of water is that it is more denser than the ice form of water, right? So ice literally floats on water. If you ever try it at home, you can do it. If you put some ice in a bowl of water, it will float on it, right? It won't sink down. So what it says that these properties actually help the ice to float on the water, right? This property, and the aquatic environment is not being frozen. Like the aquatic environment, we say, for example, the lake in some cold countries, it does not get froze completely, right? It does not get floats completely. It floats from the upper side, but the lower side it's still liquid. So it helps the aquatic environment for not being frozen completely and protects aquatic life from being damaged in adverse conditions. All right, and our fifth point and our last point, like fifth and the last point, is that water shows cohesive and adhesive force. It adds a new feature to water for being a good transporter. So I'll be giving a question about why water is a dipolar. Okay, if you can solve it at your home, practice it, why water is a dipolar, and I'll be giving its answer in the next video. All right, thank you so much for your time.